Wow, stories.
Am I the idiot for not wanting to work around my girlfriend's daughter's nap schedule? My girlfriend has an 8-year-old daughter with a heart condition. I have a 7-year-old daughter and 10-year-old son. My girlfriend's daughter has very specific needs that can be hard to work around. She can only be with one babysitter, so if we want to go out without the kids, we have to go on the babysitter's schedule. If we do want to bring the kids, we have to be at her house by 7 so her daughter can be in bed by 8. Day trips are nearly impossible because she takes a 2-3-hour nap at 12, so we either have to be driving for those 2-3 hours, we have to leave after she wakes up, or we have to get a hotel/motel/Airbnb for her to take a nap. Yes, we've actually done this before. Then there's all of the hospital stays to work around too. She stays in the hospital for 2 nights every 14 days. I only have 50-50 custody of my kids, so it's very hard to get the kids together because of all of this. Sure, we can go to Build-A-Bear, the indoor playground down the street from her house, or out for ice cream, but you can only do that so many times before the kids get bored of it. I've been trying to plan a weekend trip to an amusement park for so long, but she wants to make us all work around her daughter's nap schedule. The amusement park doesn't open until 10, but we'd have to leave at 11:30, so she could go back to the hotel for her daughter to take a nap. We could go after she wakes up, so we'd probably get in at around 3:30, but the water rides close at 5, so my kids would only get to ride 1, maybe 2 water rides, then another couple regular rides before we'd have to go back for her daughter to go to bed. She wants to do something that would be more accessible to her daughter. She can't go on the bigger rides or water slides, and her having to take a nap would take a lot of time from the rides and games, like the beach, and rent a place where we can do things in the house instead of having to go out all the time, but my kids really want to do the amusement park trip. I eventually told her we're going to the amusement park. She and her daughter are welcome to join, but we won't be leaving early for naps or an early bedtime. She says I'm dismissing her daughter's needs, but I think she's refusing to take anyone else's needs into account. Edit. My girlfriend just texted me that since I'm unwilling to compromise and find an accessible activity that everyone would enjoy, she booked a last-minute 7-day cruise for herself and her daughter, so the kids and I can do whatever the frick we want, but she won't have any part in it. You're the idiot. For wanting your GF to pay for half of a trip her daughter can't enjoy. Also for the way you talk about her and her daughter, like they're a nuisance. Her child has a serious medical condition. Take your kids to the amusement park and pay for it yourself, and plan a local staycation with your GF so all the kids can enjoy it. Likewise, end the relationship and find someone more compatible. Not the idiot. I feel her pain. It must be incredibly difficult and painful to have a child with such a serious medical condition, and she seems like an amazing superhero of a parent to have her daughter's schedule so well managed. But with that being said, your kids are getting neglected. I think it's an amazing idea to take them to the amusement park and not restrict them with a schedule. Would I be the idiot if I insisted my BF get rid of his dog? My BF and I moved in together a little over a year ago. We each brought a dog with us. Mine is a 2-yo doodle, his is a 16-yo cattle dog, Sadie. Sadie has massively declined physically and cognitively over the last year. She can no longer go for walks longer than 5-10 minutes. And she sometimes stumbles/shakes/soils herself. But the real problems are her aggression and her barking. She has bitten me, bitten my 5-year-old child, and bites my dog almost daily. She walks around growling and snapping at my dog all day long. We also have a baby, and I have no doubt Sadie would bite her if they were ever in the same room. The barking has gotten out of control. She barks all day and all night, to the point that neighbors have complained. The neighbor we share a wall with bangs on the wall and has screamed at us in person. I work from home and I'm constantly interrupted by barking every few minutes. She wakes me and my kids up all night. Often she's not even barking at anything. She'll be laying down in her bed, head down, just barking. Furthermore, she has been confined to a small area of the house to keep her away from my kids. She's miserable. My BF does not walk her, has never taken her to the vet, and he does not care about the barking because he's either not home or he puts his headphones in and can't hear it. My BF went out of town this week and took Sadie with him, and it has been so peaceful. I've forgotten what quiet and peace felt like. So much of my stress and anxiety are gone. I don't have to worry about biting or barking. I'm dreading Sadie coming back tomorrow. I'm seriously considering moving out because I'm so tired of her. Would I be the idiot if I insist my BF get rid of or euthanize Sadie? I thought about insisting on a full veterinary workup, medication, and hiring a trainer, but I know he won't do it. He wouldn't even take her to the vet when she had an infection so bad you could smell it. He also has kids who adore her, so they will hate me as well. But I'm seriously at my limit. Everyone sucks here. He is neglecting Sadie and abusing her. He won't get her vet care and she could be suffering. You suck because you think rooming or euthanizing the dog, which you don't know what's wrong with her BTW because you won't take her to vet yourself, is the answer. And you seem perfectly okay to be with a man who is a neglectful idiot. If he does that to Sadie, what kind of relationship do you hope to have with him? The only one who doesn't suck in this situation is Sadie, not the idiot. In this situation, Sadie comes first. That type of barking is a sign of pain and distress. Her physical situation was upsetting. The biting is obviously unsafe and not her fault either. She is now more isolated as a result. Her problems will only become worse, because physical and emotional neglect does that to any living thing. I hope your partner can at least show her the kindness she deserves right now, or allow you to. That poor baby girl. Am I the idiot for buying all the red Gatorade at the store even though a mom wanted some for her kids? I'm a big fan of Gatorade, and I have a specific reason for buying it. I have low blood sugar and dehydration issues, and my doctor recommended that I drink Gatorade to help keep my electrolytes in balance. However, I'm also neurodivergent, and it's hard for me to change things up and try new flavors, so I only buy the red kind, as it's the only one I like. Yesterday, I went to the grocery store on their stock day, and I saw that they had a fresh shipment of Gatorade. I was so happy, because I had been running low at home. I grabbed the bottles of the red flavor and put them in my cart. As I was walking away, a mom with 2 kids approached me and asked if I could spare a few bottles of the red Gatorade. She explained that it was her kids' favorite flavor, and that they were out of stock at their local store. I felt bad for her, but I explained that I needed the Gatorade for my own health reasons, and that I couldn't spare any. The mom got really upset and started to yell at me, saying that I was being selfish and that I should think about others. I tried to explain my situation again, but she wouldn't listen and kept telling me I could just take the blue Gatorade instead. I just started to ignore her after a while and eventually she stormed off. Now I'm wondering if I was in the wrong. Should I have given her some of the Gatorade, even though I needed it for my own health? Or was I justified in keeping it all for myself? Am I the idiot? Edit. I should clarify since this is coming up in the comments. I didn't really want to go into specifics, but here we are. No, my doctor did not recommend specifically red Gatorade for this issue. He recommended Gatorade. The red Gatorade is needed because I deal with OCD and have issues with changing my routine and trying new things. It can be debilitating to deal with panic attacks induced by such a small problem, and can remove my focus from my process of treating the bigger problems with my OCD. So I have chosen, at the advice of a therapist, to allow myself to stick to this small routine and avoid further disruption during my process of getting better. Editing again. Thank you everyone for your comments. I am going to stop replying now as this is getting really overwhelming for me. I guess the consensus is that I am TA. I suppose I will accept that. I wish my food aversion was something I could just turn off, but I can't, and it's a process to work through these things for me. I hope people in the comments can understand that I am not trying to intentionally be an idiot and take things from other people. I just have a fear of not being able to keep the little things in my routine, and that feeling trumps a lot of things for me. If you don't struggle with OCD, be grateful. You're the idiot. Both for clearing the shelf and then refusing to let someone have a few on the pretense of a health condition. Give me a break. You were just being greedy and selfish. You're the idiot. With the added info that there were maybe 14/15ths in your cart and you drink up to 2 a day, you should have spared one for each kid. Taking them all immediately is unfair. I purchase food for food banks as part of my job, and despite the intense valid need for these places, a comparison to your medical need would never empty the entire shelf in a store so others had access to the item, even if I took the majority.